Mercy Falls is a psychological horror film set in the wilds of the Scottish Highlands. It's about a group of friends that go wandering off in search of a lost cabin and get into a lot of trouble along the way. It involves betrayal, suspicion and murder.
Good morning, campers!
So, what's the plan?
I'm not totally sure.
Rona is sort of the leader of the gang. She has got everyone on this hike and we're off to try and find her late father's cabin that has been left to her. And I think when you think of a cabin in the woods, you're probably in for a dark surprise.
We're heading off in search for Rona's lost cabin.
Hey, you should come be our guide.
We're lost.
And along the way they pick up a rather unsavoury character and they're all put to the test of survival.
Wait, have you set an emergency plan? You know, in case anything goes wrong.
Nothing's gonna go wrong. Just a little hike into the woods.
Still, I'd still like to leave on with the lodge.
There's something a bit strange about her. There's something just missing, or she's hiding something. She's got a lot of mystery to her. And it's not until further in the film we see the mask unveiling.
Oh, don't tell me you lost the guide. How hard is it to follow the fucking leader?
All right, man, enough. It's not like you're exactly keeping up.
Look, she's probably just ahead. Carla! Carla!
Well, we are so fucked.
It's fine, I can fix this. I can fix it.
Rona!
When Ryan asked me to do the film, I was really drawn to it because of his script, and I loved the script and was really excited about the drama and the sort of chase of the whole thing. And I hadn't done a horror film before, so that was really appealing, and getting to lead that and do a lot of the sort of darker side of things and see such a huge change in a character.
Come on! I can't. Come on, you have to.
Oh, come on, where the hell are we going?
At the start, it's got that sort of naughties American Pie feel stuff to it, sort of, and then like the hallmark moments have all been nice, and you know that's lulling you into this false sense of security. Then there's the drama and there's conflict as well.
Rona?
Yeah, I'm just a bit confused on exactly where we are.
We're lost.
Oh my God, seriously, Rona?
What do you mean lost? My feet are killing me.
Your whining's killing me.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
I told you not to wear those boots, man.
Can I see the map?
It's not paint-by-number characters. There's so much detail and depth to them that you don't feel like you're just sort of playing like an archetype in a horror film. There's a lot more grit and salt and heart, which I think makes the film so interesting as well. There's so many nuances that you've kind of maybe expect to have like the archetypes of the jock, the geek, the funny one, the virgin, the one to be wary of. But everyone's doing such a good job of actors that there's so many different nuances.
You know what? Now we move on.
And what the hell does that mean?
It means we find the cabin, we clear our heads, we go our separate fucking ways. We forget today ever happened.
Like that's gonna happen.
Don't act all high and mighty now, do you?
You're the reason he's dead.
The kind of casting for this was actually quite a challenge for me. Malia and I wrote a script that had involved a bunch of 20-year-olds, and most of my actor pals are no longer in their 20s, so it was very much out of my comfort zone, but a challenge to do so. I'm very keen to do that. From the top, the cast is led by the great Lyle, who's been in things like Outlander and Vigil, and to work with someone who's been there, done it all already before they're even 30 is great to see. And you have a lead that doesn't have to be, you don't have to hold their hand, they bring as much to the table as you do. And it's a great feeling of collaboration, and I can kind of trust them to get on with the job really without having to worry about over-directing them.
Basically, Ryan Hendrick is doing so much. I mean, yeah, as you said, he's directing and he will be editing it too. And I think the way that he works, as he's like kind of directing the movie, he's also kind of editing it, like he kind of edits in his head. Yeah, it's really refreshing. Again, working with a director who's so lovely and yeah, just very easy to work with.
Okay, so that's the evening's entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. Let's figure out how we do it.
He's been a real anchoring force, and he's got a real gentle but collaborative, firm way of working, and I've always felt very checked in with him, and I've always felt that we've communicated and been in communication the whole time. So when you're in every single day together, it sort of bridges that gap between cast and crew, and he feels like he really tries to merge everyone, and I like to do that as well. So it felt like together we managed to sort of do that quite quickly and then form a really good relationship and feel supported as well by him.
Terrible director. Keep that in. No. I think we all relaxed the minute he knew he wasn't aiming for the perfect scene. Do you know, in theatre, you start that scene, you end that scene, and it's perfect, and that's the one he'll take, and maybe they'll chop bits into it, but he knows that even if there was a little fluff, he didn't feel it or something, if you keep going, you might get a good bit towards the end, and that's the bit so he's not going, that's the perfect scene, he goes, that's the perfect moment. And that's what we cut into, that first perfect moment. So that relaxed us, and plus he's brilliant anyway, he's like a lovely guy, so you just relax.
Ryan's such like an excited guy. He's like obviously so passionate about the project, and I think from the very get-go, you know, it's a very upbeat kind of like fun film, and he's like really allowed us to just have like a really fantastic amount of like freedom with like what we do and the choices we make on camera. And if he doesn't like it, he has a conversation about it, and we work on it together. So he's been really fun to work with. Yeah.
Like I'm genuinely like impressed with the crew. Like everybody's been so lovely and friendly, and yeah, there's been moments where it's been like very, very challenging. You know, we're working in the forest or like so many different forests, and I think everybody's just been amazing. I actually love working in Scotland, and I can't wait to continue to work in Scotland.
Try to see the.
Oh no, that's
Is that a spoiler?
Yeah, he's fixed a bit. We've just kind of quick put it out, so we're just cutting the t-shirt to.
And I've seen lots of places, but Scotland's still the most beautiful place for me. And I think they've chosen amazing, like the locations and the recce's and stuff. Brilliant locations. The waterfall scene you wouldn't believe is 10 minutes down the road from Greenock. So I couldn't believe it. Because it said 10 minutes on the map, and I was like, how are we, do you know? We're in Greenock, how is this around the corner? I'm not saying anything about Greenock, it's just didn't know there was a waterfall there.
Okay, love.
The locations have been cold, really cold. We've seen some like spectacular Scottish landscapes, some mountains, and I think when I signed up to the film, I didn't consider how much hiking we'd be doing for a hiking film. We've done loads of hiking and loads of running, and I forget that you have to do that over and over and over. So we've all got quite fit from it as well.
The locations are beautiful and stunning, and it's made me fall in love with Scotland all over again. / be very scared of it, because this isn't a family-friendly film.
And it's kind of interesting thinking about how violent should it be, how gory should it be, and I think trying to bridge that balance to ensure that it is both a thriller and a horror. And it was interesting to kind of think outside the box and figure out how do you achieve, these trickery shots. It's not trickery, or these prosthetic shots, and how do you suggest these violent acts on a low budget. The obstacles and challenges that come with this genre do in turn bring an incredible feeling of collaboration. I think the challenge here is keeping the bar high. We set the bar pretty high with Lost at Christmas, and we're trying to kind of improve on that. Why should people come see Mercy Falls? Because Mercy Falls is a truly independent Scottish feature film. It's a horror film, it's a thriller, it's set in the wilds of Scotland, it looks beautiful, it's got a great cast, and it's going to be lots of fun. So come check it out. We don't get films like this in Scotland too often.
We know she's coming. We know she'll find us.
I don't know what to do.
We stop her.